Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for checking out today's video. Videos coming to the channel every Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday, so please do hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on these tips that can hopefully help your game, because today's video is all about adding distance with the irons. So within this video we are going to touch upon swing path because that makes a huge difference. We're going to touch upon weight distribution, and we're going to be talking about how the hands work through impact, because the most common faults that I see are more open club faces, so it increases the loft. As you can imagine, I've actually got a 9-iron here for this approach shot into the green. The 9-iron, if I increase my loft, turns into a pitching wedge, which, as you all know, will go shorter distance. Now, how I want to approach this 9-iron is almost that I want it to be like an 8-iron or a 7-iron. I want to try and strengthen the lofts. A lot of these golfers that you see and you watch on a daily basis where they think, oh, they hit the ball absolutely miles, it's generally down to the fact that their lofts are stronger at impact, and that's the key. You look at Dustin Johnson, the very talked about bowed wrist at the top of the backswing. Club face is super shut, and then he uses his body to keep the hands forward at impact to kind of compress the golf ball. You look at Bryson DeChambeau, uses his wrists very, very well through the golf swing, stays very, very solid again at impact. All of these golfers have that little bowed wrist at impact, whereas the amateur golfer, the average amateur golfer, actually has the golf club slightly flexed the opposite way to increase loft, and that's what we want to try to deter away from. Also, like I mentioned, we're going to be talking about swing path as well, because the most common faults that I see, again, as a full-time coach, is golfers that swing it more from out to in struggle to get their body weight into the left side. If you struggle to get the body weight into the left side, you're going to struggle with compression on the golf ball as well. So we're going to be talking about the downswing, all right? So the downswing in particular, let's assume backswing's pretty good. Whether it's too steep or too flat, I'm not too worried. What I want to try and see is a good, solid transition into the downswing, and that starts from, I would say that starts from the arms, bringing the club down into position. Now, you may have seen a previous video of myself and Peter Finch where we were talking about shallowing the driver. Very, very similar point here I'm going to make is, as you're at the top of the backswing, you're going to feel like your backside and your right knee just kind of squat down as your arms start to work down towards this trail leg. One of the things I want you to really look at is the club face angle, because I see a lot of golfers do that. Now look at the face. The club face is now pointing with the grooves up to the sky. I want you to try and feel that you're kind of almost revving the club. We spoke about this in the previous video, revving the hands, revving the club on the way down. Try and feel like you're really doing that on the way down. So the grooves now point to the ground. Obviously, if you continue to rev it, it's going to go for left, but it's actually a really good, it's actually a good fault to start with, in terms of feeling where the club face should be and in feeling the stronger club face. So that's not the worst thing in the world. So what I want you to try and feel, arms work vertically downward, using that little squatting motion, keeping the club face to the ground, and then we're going to turn. And once we get that feel and turn, the hands are forward of the ball, and you can see my loft, my shaft of the club is leaning towards the target, and the loft of the club has decreased. Lowering the loft on your club is not going to necessarily hit the ball too low, okay? Because what happens is the descending blow onto the ball creates backspin, and the speed of your swing creates backspin. Those two together create your height. I'm not bothered about this particular angle creating my height. I want my downward angle of attack and my speed to create the spin and the height, and I want this actually to reduce the height as much as possible, because if we come in and add height, we're just going to hit the ball straight up into the air with no carry distance, okay? So we're going to be really trying to feel from the top of the swing, lower it, turn it, really lower the arms down and turn the body. So the ball flight you're going to, oh, that's nice. The ball flight you're going to get is a much more of a glide. I always kind of say, I said this to some clients yesterday, especially more so for when they were hitting driver, but the ball flight wants to look like a plane taking off and landing. We don't want to see that helicopter, okay? We don't want to see the ball go straight up into the air. All right, so nice little divot, ball first, good little feel. So again, down, turn, get the lower body rotating, get the arms working down here. always, especially if you're a golfer that slices the ball, what we tend to see is the club just get a little bit steep here. Then what happens is if the body starts to move left, the club's going to miss the ball. So the body has to move away so you can hit. So if your club comes on the outside and you want to do that, you'll probably miss the golf ball. So what golfers have to do from an out to in position is almost spin back just so that now they can hit the ball. As doing so, look at where my hands are relative to the ball as well, or the club head. It's behind, so it's added loft, all right? So we want to try to feel that the clubs were exaggerating from the inside, turning, using that rotation. Even if you're a golfer that gets too flat, concentrate on from that position, from that transition, as the arms work down and the club face points to the ground, you've stabilized your hands to rotate, and you're able to get a really nice connection on the ball. Try and really simplify the swing. Let the club sit, let the face turn in, let the body rotate. That's going to keep the club shaft lean towards the target. That's going to keep the loft of the club a little bit lower. And it's also going to improve your ball striking because your body weight now is into that left side. You're able to compress the ball better. Therefore, you're not going to be hitting the ball as high, and it's not going to be popping off and kind of nothing worse than feeling like you've hit a really good strike, but because you've stayed behind the ball, you've just popped it straight up into the air. Because what happens when you stay behind the ball, although you rotate, you think, I've got great hip turn, hips are out to the target. If the body weight's here, the hands are here. Look at my spine angle relative to target as well. I'm too far back and my hands are followed. So as much as I want to turn my 9-iron into an 8-iron, the reality is, nice little strike, maybe a bit clean, nice little strike, and that is 50 yards shorter from what still felt like a decent strike, but had loads of height. I'm unable to really compress the ball, so I'm adding loft, come back down, club face is kind of pointing across now rather than down to the ground, and I'm adding loft, and I'm also able to fat it as well. So really, really important you work on those 3 areas to really improve your distance. Let the club work down, let the club face point to the ground, let the body rotate through impact. Guys, I hope that's helped. Please do comment below if this is a video that think you can help you in terms of getting better, longer, straighter, and just enjoying ball striking again. Also, please do hit that subscribe button. It does make a massive difference. And if you've enjoyed this video alone, just hit the like. We love that. We love a look at smashing that like. Guys, thanks for watching. See you again very, very soon.